they're going to be very worried about life. They're going from civilian street or from university, college, school, straight into a military environment. And if they're not worried, they ought to be.
Mister? Full commission, yeah? Ainsworth. What sort of jacket's that, Mr. Ainsworth? Have you come to join the Royal Marines or the Air Force?
Royal Marines, sir.
Are you told to wear a jacket like that, were you?
No, sir.
Colour sergeant. Pick your kit up and follow me.
There will be moments when even the strongest will wish they'd never come. They have 12 months to prove themselves worthy of commanding 30 Royal Marines on active service. It is why their own training will be without remorse. The band plays This Could Be the Start of Something Big. Indeed it could. Already they've been chosen from hundreds of unsuccessful candidates and commissioned from day one with a £2,000 uniform allowance and £600 a month. But their goal is the green beret of the commandos, price £5.80. That has to be earned, and the true cost, they say, is 6 tons of sweat.
Over there, gentlemen, I'm sure you've seen it before, or some of you have, is the front door of the officers' mess. In a moment, we're going to go through the front door of the officers' mess, and that will be the last time that you go through the front door of the officers' mess until you finish training. Do you understand? There is a back door. You will use at all times. There's also stairs going up to your accommodation. Next to the stairs is a lift out of bounds to you. You use the stairs at all times. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Good. What's going to happen now is we're going to go in the front door and we'll go downstairs and start your documentation, ready for you to join the Royal Marines. You can only get better, Mr. Ainsworth, can't you? Yeah, come on.
The Commandant of Training is Colonel Ian Moore. What special qualities does he look for?
If I was to select one, I think it would be that quality which John Kennedy was said to have possessed, which is grace under pressure. Because there will be pressure, there will be danger, there will be discomfort, hunger, fatigue, sometimes exhaustion. But there must also be that ability to control, to go on thinking, to go on leading. To go on being an inspiration when times are very difficult. So I'd have thought that is the real quality that is central to so many others.
You work around London doing what?
I worked in a supermarket for a while. I worked for a removal company. Then I went to travel agent. Just sort of filling in time and sort of enjoying life.
All right. I think I've got my work cut out for you. So if you've got a degree in zoology, what made you want to join us?
I studied zoology because I have an interest in bird watching.
Right, okay. So are you into that? A bit of bird watching?
I am kind of sorry.
Oh, good. Well, you'll be all right on the common then, won't you? No problem.
One of the main paragraphs that you should note in the mess rules and bylaws is that on dress. And the first paragraph is the most important. That's paragraph 51. And if you always remember this, if you remember nothing else, if you always remember that members in the mess are to maintain a standard of dress appropriate to the dignity of the mess and are to ensure that their guests, should they have them, conform to that standard, you won't go wrong.
A fine array we've got here. Fine array. Stand easy. Mr. Jackman, you're immaculate. That shirt is something else, isn't it? It's a corker. What's his tie made out of? What does it mean? It means a Barbadian Beach Boys Club or something like that, you know?
No, Colour Sergeant. This is my school take.
Is it? Not shooting pool tie?
No, Colour Sergeant.
Okay, what's going to happen now then is the batch officer are going to come forward and have a look at your suits and then give you a little spiel on your behaviour and what's expected of you in the mess this evening at your piss-up cocktail party.
Evening, Mr. Cummings. Good evening, sir.
Mr. Porter, wearing that tie for a bet, are you? Hey?
Simmons, I don't think this is really the thing, is it?
Goes on.
Not for the mess. I don't know what Darwell Stone said. You've spoken about that one, sir. Yeah. So, you've got a grandmother you can give this to?
Goes on.
Good. Drop your shoulders, Mr. Crockett. Just relax. Oh, they are relaxed, are they? So you're deformed then? You happy with this, sir? This suit?
Doesn't fit very well.
No, but I mean the colour. It's a bit bright, isn't it? Do you think? When we got a rock and roll night in the science mess, can I borrow it?
Yes, of course, sir.
Great. Right, Mr. Young, you'll do for me.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Do the top button up on your jacket. Okay. It's only when you're getting very casual late at night that you might venture to undo it. But for this evening, you will all have jackets done up.
Means when you're crappers, isn't it, right?
Are you bow-legged?
No.
Slightly so, yes. Right, you have the same problem as I do. So try and keep your knees as close together as possible.
You have decided to become officers, and there are certain standards laid down that you must adhere to in your dress. So don't get too worried if I'm perhaps being hard on your tie or your shoes. You will soon learn that is the life that you are going into, gentlemen, especially the 3 members of our core commission who have chosen to come from the other ranks to become officers. It will be probably harder for them than most of the rest of you. Anyone got any problems? Are you all happy?
Yes, goes on.
Good. Are you all going to get pissed?
Goes on.
I think that you begin to feel military when you've got the uniform on. At the moment, I'm feeling just like a civilian standing in a military establishment with military things around me, as opposed to being one of those military things.
I'm now 22, so I'm sort of the old man of the group, and I spent 4 years working in the bank, which I went straight into after school. I enjoyed my time with the bank. The people I worked with I enjoyed, the customers I enjoyed. The job itself wasn't that good, obviously. I mean, I wouldn't be here now if I enjoyed that sort of thing. But it's always been an ambition to get here, and we've made it so far.
Well, coming straight from school, I think that I'm not quite mature enough yet, and this following year will tell whether I am mature enough or whether I'm becoming mature enough. And I think that is perhaps my biggest fault at the moment, because I'm straight from school and I'm still in the school way of thinking.
I do think that it's simply the best around. I mean, my father was in the Corps, but that's not why I'm joining. I've looked at other opportunities, didn't want to go to university, want to do something active, and I thought, this is it. Commando, Green Beret, a lot of pride, I think, in the day you get your Green Beret.
Well, the reason I joined the Marines in the first place was because of the training, because of the hard work, and because of the adventure and the challenge, physical exertion. But I decided to become an officer because I was being frustrated with being a Marine. I wasn't a thinking soldier, I was just a doing soldier. I was being told to do this, dig that hole, do this, do that, and it was just extremely frustrating. And I thought, I'm going to get caught up in the trap, being 9 years and not achieve anything, so I decided to try and get to a position where I could think and use my brain.
Come on, DRS, moving!
The gentle early morning call on this occasion is given not by the instructors, but by trainees already 3 months into the course. It's the start of an initiation rite that's been going on for years.
It's now 5:05. Front support, place. Come on, move yourself. Stand on your feet again, not quick enough. On your feet. When I say move, gentlemen, I want you down there. Front support, place. How many more to come?
Come on, move it!
These men have been waiting for you because you were late.
27, sir.
Okay. Gentlemen, one thing you'll learn over the next few weeks is when you're told to parade at a certain time, you will be there at that time. If not, you will suffer. Arms bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. This is railway track. One single line on the other side. Come on, quickly, move!
Some may interpret what comes next, the sort of beauty treatment society ladies pay through the nose for, as bullying. It's hardly that, since any young officer may ask or be asked to resign at any time.
2 forward rolls, go! On your feet, a single line when you finish.
Why are your faces so clean?
Look at me now and look at each other. You're all clean. Headstand, go! Get your heads down there. Get your heads in there. Get your heads down, go! Come on! Get your feet up, mate. On your feet, go on your feet, go! Pick up your kit, follow me, quickly. Starting at the far end. Go! Backward somersaults. Go! 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 Through the cross, gentlemen. Line out.
Change direction, left well. Forward. Change direction, right well. Kick the ball out with the view in the arm. Right.
Fine, well, we'll start. Welcome. That's the first thing to say. We have discussion periods. And if nothing else, we're good for a cup of coffee and some bickies. One of the things we shall be talking about is the just war concept. We'll be talking about things like pacifism and whether the profession of arms is compatible with Christianity. And I suppose I rather answer the question by standing here in this training rig when I talk about things like pacifism and the profession of arms. Your function, basically, is to kill. There is no other reason for your being here other than that one day you might have to kill an enemy.
Now, all your training is arduous. You're going to get crabby, you're going to get stinking, you're going to get rotten. What happens when you come in from your day's work, you get yourself stripped off into your gas rig that you're in there, okay? Flip-flops, any old gas rig that you've got, PT rig. And you do the following things. You wash your shirt, you wash your socks, and you wash your nicks that you've worn that day. Before you do anything else, you wash those items, because they're the ones that are going to stink the most, okay? Okay, I'm not going to show you the sock eggs, but I'm going to show you just how to wash your kit, because some of you, I'm pretty sure, I've not done it. Mummy's done it for you in the washing machine. We've got washing machines here. You're not going to use them until I tell you you can, okay? What gets really smelly on shirts? Armpits. There's clever boys. Okay. Get some Dobie dust in the armpits. Rub it in. Make sure you spend plenty of time on there. Not much point in putting your clean shirt on and then finding it's honking as soon as you've got it on. In front of your troop, and you salute and they all fall over. That's basically the routine for washing your kit every night. Any problems? Okay, the second thing I want to go through then is the shower routine. Very important. So, Mr. James, can you speak to me? Can you speak to me, Mr. James? Come over here and speak to me, over here. Okay, here we are. We just finished training for the day. Smelling slightly, which he is, of course. Been working all day, running around with kit. In the shower, make sure the hair is washed every day. Don't get any of this nonsense about not washing your hair every day. You wash your hair every day, okay? Make sure, obviously, under your arms are washed properly. Around your crutch is washed correctly. And your feet are washed correctly. Stacks of soap, stacks of lather, get there. And what we're going to do now is have a quick demo for Mr. James. Strip off. Mr. James, being a Corps commission, knows the routine. Hope he's got a fairly well-sized willy, because if he had...
It's like a cock, only smaller.
Yeah, well, exactly. Showers around the corner there. Get yourself lathered off properly and come out and just show them the routine. Right, move away, let Mr. James get through there. Let's have a look at you. OK, Mr. James, that'll do. Don't be there all day. Right, routine. Stacks of soap all over your body, OK? And get the grime and dirt off. Fine, OK. Mr. Jackman. It's true, eh? Right. Any problems on that, showering? You will shower every night.
It's about now they begin to wonder whether they're elite or off their heads.
I'm always rather concerned when I hear the word elite, because it always assumes something. And that assumption can never be made. You have to go on keeping yourself good, day after day, year after year. And as soon as an organization starts calling itself good, it almost always starts to go downhill. We must be constantly striving to be competent. We must be confident in that competence, but we can never afford to be complacent. And day after day, I hope that officers, young officers, leaders at every level are giving themselves their own audit board as to whether they've actually measured up that day and how they can do better next.
If we go around the camp and we get a salute from the men, I mean, can we looking behind us? Are they saluting us or someone walking behind us, you know? God, I've got a pip in my shoulder.
Well, I think you salute the commission, you don't salute the person. You actually salute the rank. So they're not saluting me, they're saluting the Queen's Commission.
Putting on this uniform for the first time is, it's nice. Very nice. Well, as you may have noticed, at the moment we only wear what I think is called a crap hat. We don't deserve the green beret yet, so we get this black training beret, which is very, very noticeable. And it's only till the green beret that I think you feel as though you've made it well, most of the way there.
Need some more shirts before very long. Get some nice new crisp ones.
Okay.
And I suggest that you look around for a suitable sports jacket, and not make sure it's a properly cut, tailored sports jacket with vents in the back.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right, Mr. Young, the game we're in now is the officer game, right?
Of course, sir.
You've come from one sort of life into another, right?
Yes.
Smile at me.
It's got a sense.
Right, smiles now, are we?
I've just finished school. Father owns his own garden centre. Not that well-off family. Because my dad's put all his money back into his garden centre, so I have to buy all my own clothes, etc. Yeah, this is a bit different. So I usually wear jeans, t-shirt when I'm out, and come into suits and jacket and tie all the time. It's a bit different.
All right, that's all satisfactory. So, good. Thank you, sir.
Right, Mr. Trotman, don't panic. Right? Put yourself away. So I'm sorted out.
At the moment, I'm a little bit shaky under pressure. I feel myself. I'm confident that I can do it with the training, but it'll take a lot of work. Hopefully they'll iron that out. I was told at my interview boards that I was not flexible enough, but they believed that could be trained into me, although I don't agree with that view. I think they saw only a few sides of me at the interview board. I think I probably have the flexibility, but I'm entering training with a very open mind. They make what they want of me.
Change direction right! All right, free out! Forward! Now start the pace down. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Change up! Direction left, left, well.
You're like a handcuffed crab, you are.
2 paces, step back. Foot. 1, 1, 2. Keep the legs straight so as you go back. No requirement to start lifting the heel block up.
You will find that I will nitpick. And there are certain things that I'll pick up and you'll think to yourself, bloody hell, why is he picking up that little thing? It is to train you to pay attention to detail. So that later on in your careers, when you've got your troop of men and your company commander gives you a mission to accomplish with your men, you carry out that mission to the finest detail. And that way, you'll probably stay alive and keep your men alive. The centre and rear ranks stand at ice. What's your name tag? I told you yesterday to pick it up, Mr. Sear, did I not? Yes. I do not expect to tell you more than once to do things. Do you understand that, Mr. Sear? Yes, sir. Good. What's on your star?
3 ships, Colour Sergeant.
What's the writing?
3 in 1, Colour Sergeant.
What does it say in Latin?
Tria Junta. I've got no verb, Colour Sergeant.
What does it mean?
3 in 1, Colour Sergeant.
What's that? What's that? What's 3 in 1?
Signifies England, Scotland and Wales.
Yeah, what does it also mean, 3 in 1? It's illegal, isn't it?
Yes, Colour Sergeant.
Okay.
Mr. Ainsworth, what happened? You got dressed last night and slept in it. Tell me.
No, Colour Sergeant.
Oh, so what's your excuse then?
No, Colour Sergeant.
You don't know. I'm going to have problems with you, aren't I, Mr. Ainsworth? Don't look so worried. Pull your shoulders back. Okay. Now, get yourself sorted out. Open your toes up slightly. 30 degrees between the toe caps. Okay, you'll sit to attention. Right.
I'm position. Down!
There is shrewd strategy afoot
To the
here.
magazine.
In years to come, the very lives of the sergeant instructors could be in the hands of the young men they're training here. So for the moment, sergeantocracy rules, demanding almost unattainable perfection. The system is proven. Sergeant Mick Eccles survived the Falklands War and won the military medal in the fight for Mount Harriet.
Make sure the feet are directly behind you and together. Stand by.
There's another unique aspect of the officers' course. From time to time, they train with the men they're learning to command. And the men are blind if they don't see that, if anything, their future officers get an even tougher time.
We've got a gentleman from Eton here who decided we do barrel changes after 200 rounds on the LSW. Sir, would you please get down and show us how to do a barrel change on the LSW? And talk us through it, sir.
You have your car repair kit on you, sir?
I haven't got my car repair kit, but if you can demonstrate it by explanation, please.
I'm afraid I can't, sir, because I haven't
Why
got
not?
my car repair kit either.
But you attended Eton.
That's right, sir, yes.
Well, why don't you know if you attended Eton?
That I wouldn't be able to change a barrel, sir.
Basically, sir, thousands of pounds spent on your education. And what happens?
I reckon I can change a barrel, sir.
And you can't, can you?
Can't,
Right,
sir.
sit down. You are going to give us a good demonstration on this next one.
Can you tell me, please, what that is? When you release the bolt, you use the bolt release. Thank you.
Mutton. Place entire contents in quarter of a pint of water, bring the boil and simmer for 5–10 minutes. I can cope with that. Done?
The experience of centuries and many famous actions is distilled into the Royal Marines' obsession with self-sufficiency in uncomfortable places. The food may bear uncanny resemblance to a dog's dinner, but it is nourishing and hot.
Oxtail soup.
Combat strategy is useless if officers and Marines themselves are physically under par. They spend 10 weeks learning to survive in alien conditions.
Right. Now that's the boring bit. We've just got to wait till this bubble and bubbles a bit now.
Just done the entire scout course in about 2 hours or so.
They're fully trained adventure scouts now, I think.
Seems a bit too relaxed.
Well,
Sure
I
it's
suppose
gonna
they
change.
have to teach us all these basics, and it's probably better to teach them in a relaxed pace, and so we take it in.
If somebody drops a ghoulie, then everybody goes out and does a beasting. It's not that one bloke who gets told off. Everybody does policing. So it's drilled into you that you work for each other. And so you just after a while you gel together naturally. You don't even think about it. You just start pulling together. Don't you bastard?
Yeah.
All of you now should have your rifle slung across your chest, not carried like some handbag. Good. Hey, you're looking right cock up at this, aren't you, sir? Hey?
No, it's going to be all right.
What you want to do is try to get it finished before it goes dark. You been camping before? I've seen Wimpy's build a block of flats quicker than this year. Come on. Basically what you're looking for is that you can put a man, an officer, in front of 30 Marines and he's not going to make a fool of himself. And also that he's got the ability to lead, to take charge, his man management's good, and he can understand the Marine. What we try to do is also try to make him streetwise, so that he don't get messed around. Because if he's not up to scratch, the Marine will find out. He'll ping him right away. You got to break him in gently. It's not good shouting, but I mean, what's the point in bullying somebody? He doesn't learn nothing. You don't achieve nothing. We probably find times when we shout at him, but to shout at him for no reason, you're there to help him through. And the pressure gets greater as they go along in each stage of training. And by the time we get to the end of training, you don't have to bully them so much because the pressure's on them. You don't have to say anything, you don't have to shout. They know if they're in the wrong or in the right.
Do you like them? Are they a good bunch, or I mean, have you got time for them? I mean, you probably.
Well, you have to have time for them, obviously, but like them. Yeah, you respect them, provided they turn out the goods. If they don't turn out the goods and they're not given 100%, then respect, I'm afraid, declines.
It's Ginganguli time at the moment. The only thing that's missing is a big campfire. A lot of funny hats and people running around saying Arkela. It's a bit of a holiday at the moment. I'm sure it'll all change for the worse.
I am November Oscar 28007, Acting Lieutenant Cameron. The batch has fallen in 3 ranks at your disposal, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Cameron. Thank you very much. Please stand the batch at ease.
Batch, stand at ease.
Let's use the voice a little more, Mr. Cameron. It's a bit pathetic. Give it as an order, not as a whisper or a whimper. Section NTOs, please carry on.
2 sections, section 2. Join that section, sir. Why were you adrift? Get up to attention. Tell me, why were you late?
Right, all of the 2 sections.
Why were you late?
Shut up!
Why?
No excuse on.
Okay, move it.
Front support position down. Five minutes. 5 minutes early. You should have been here. I don't want my section ever again shamed by 2 section being here on time and 3 section being here before you and 1 section being
2
last.
Strip down your weapons. One from Mr. James.
Get your knees straight, sir. Make sure your straps are tight. That again will bang you on the head, won't it, sir? Sorry. And make sure your equipment is done up. Otherwise, that sort of thing happens. Huh? Put your arms straight now.
Have a look through there.
Sorry.
What's in it?
Bits of dirt.
Yes. Why didn't you pull it through?
I did pull it through this morning, Sergeant.
Well, you didn't pull it through enough, did you?
No, Sergeant.
You pull it through last thing.
Just push that.
Right, dirty weapon, sir. Get on the flank. Get it together.
Why won't you use your soap, sir? So why carry it then? Which soap have you used? You took this along as well, so you didn't use that soap either.
I don't know which you...
Pardon?
I don't know which you prefer. Which is better?
It's not me, sir, I'm just saying. Imperial leather is perfume. Start using perfume soap in the field, and you start smelling like a posy, sir, and you can be smelt for miles. Have you shaved this morning, sir?
No, Sergeant.
Why not, sir?
Well, there isn't a need to shave, Sergeant. I don't ever shave, actually.
You don't ever shave, sir?
No, Sergeant.
What do you use, sir, then? A dilapidatory cream, is it?
Pardon, Sergeant?
There's a hair there, sir. You'll shave in future. See? Hair.
Yes, Sergeant.
You'll shave, sir. Get out your water bottle, get out your mess tin, and shave. Now.
Look down there.
Shit, son.
You haven't even looked down it, sir. How do you know there's shit in it?
I've looked down it, son.
So you looked down it, you haven't bothered to pull it through?
Didn't have time.
Because you couldn't get your act. You have had time, sir. You've been up since 6 o'clock.
Yes, son.
It's 7:45 when you parade.
Yes, son.
That gives you an hour and 3/4 to get your breakfast and get your act together.
Yes, son.
You better start learning quick, sir.
Yes, son.
Otherwise you're active in Civvy Street.
Right away, that way, that wet, sir, in a poly bag. It will then get musty, rot, mould, and everything else.
Michael Jackman is on attachment from the Barbados Defence Force. He's homesick and feels the cold appallingly, but he wants the Green Beret desperately.
As soon as you've got your equipment on, front support position place. You're waiting for the slower members of the section. The ones who can't get their act together. In one section. Dirty faces, dirty razors, dirty rifles, dirty soap. Equipment stowed in polythene bags so it goes mouldy. Just a few of the things wrong with you after one night. One night out in the field where you were finished by about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock and had nothing to do. We will have immaculate kit, immaculate rifles, and you will be clean. Stand up. That way, turn. You see the knoll. Go. It pays to be the winner. The first two back don't go again. Mr. Porter, Mr. Porter, pays to be a winner. Back you go. About turn, back you go. About turn, sir. Pays to be a winner, sir. About turn, back you go. First three this time, let's move it, sir. Back you go, sir. Back you go.
So, son.
Back you go. More efforts required, sir. Back you go, sir.
So, sir.
Back you go. More efforts required, sir.
We know what to do tomorrow. We know what standards we have to achieve, don't we?
Yes, sir.
You'll expect it of your troop, won't you?
Yes, sir.
What was you walking, Mr. Morris? What was you walking, Mr. Morris? Answer me.
Mr. Tinson Pass, son.
That's very kind of you. Get fell in. That is yours, isn't it?
Yes, Sergeant.
That could have been any bit of kit, what could have been important.
Yes, Sergeant.
Couldn't it? It could have been a map. It could have been an orders book. It could have been a job you was going to have to do. You would have dropped it, wouldn't you?
Yes, Sergeant.
Take charge of your kit, sir. Fell in.
One section, Ted John. You let me down 3 times. You let me down last night in that bivvy position. Stand still, sir. You let me down last night by having a banyan in that bivvy position. You let me down this morning by being adrift. And you let me down by your turnout. I don't enjoy doing that, but I'll do it again if you ever come down and let me down again. Understand me, one section?
Sergeant.
Good. Stand at ease. Pick up your kit.
I suppose you're all thinking to yourselves, I wish I was back on the parade now.
I'm thinking
Exciting.
just that. I'm just back doing drill with
And
fellow
you've-
Sergeant Williams.
And you've all prof, you're not working on Saturday, you're out bonking the old young horsey birds.
Here we are.
And at Bicton, hey? Trying to find a little wife for the future.
A nice little
Hey?
sloan I'm looking for.
Yeah, you'll never get one there like that.
A relaxed atmosphere on the surface, but the pressure's growing on the younger men.
So I often do find things difficult to start off with. It's just a matter of picking what the problem is with you finding them difficult to start off with. That's when your name gets picked up, so then they're always looking at you. So other people can make mistakes and get away with them. They've got my name in their head, so it's almost doing what's he doing. Or he's making a mess here. So, whereas everybody else can probably get away with it all a bit better. When we're doing it in practice, I find it okay, I can do everything okay. But when we get out there, like we did there in those ranges then, I forgot everything. So I got picked up again. It's not that I didn't know it, it's just I was thinking about running along and firing, and I wasn't thinking about the targets and the drills and things. A bit more difficult. I'll get there. It just takes a matter of time.
Have you felt any changes in yourself in this 4 weeks?
I don't think you can sort of tell while you're here, but I think when I go home, everybody will say, oh yeah, you've changed. But within myself at the moment, you don't sort of realise you're changing. I think, yeah, it definitely must be.
That's very true, actually.
I went home this weekend and I went out with my brother at night. I had a few wets and he said I changed. I got much louder and rowdy. It was really good to get home because see your friends and stuff and know that you're sort of away from the pressure for a short moment.
Who is it? Mr. Tolman, how far away was you when you fired?
About 80 metres, Sergeant.
About what?
80 metres, Sergeant.
80 metres, don't be Sergeant Ashby is. And you was way behind him.
It's only about 2 metres behind him.
Yeah, he's about 120, 30 metres away.
He said if you think you're 75 metres, he said.
Yeah, but he doesn't think, you've got to think for yourself, so you're supposed to be an officer.
I had a look, Sergeant.
Well, you didn't look far enough, sir, because that's nowhere near 80 metres.
Yes, Sergeant.
Is it? Right, come on, I'll just show you where you've got to go now.
Yes, Sergeant.
You see that hill, that forest?
Yes, Sergeant.
I want you to run up there and shout from the top, Sergeant Ettles, I apologise for not listening to your correct orders. And when you're there, I'll acknowledge and you'll come back.
Yes,
Double.
Sergeant.
Does Jim Trotman feel confident?
Yes, I do. It ebbs and flows, shall we say. There's still the time at 6:15 in the morning when you want to write the letter of resignation and you're scrubbing the drawing room floor, but that soon goes. But yeah, I think I'll crack it.
Because these guys, well, most of them are accustomed to the cold. A few of them have a little experience, so they actually make it a little easier for you because they help you along when you fall short. Like this morning, I was down there fumbling all over the place, and the guys actually had to pull things together for me because my fingers were totally numb and I couldn't use them at all.
You're going to see it through.
Well, Sergeant Ashby was telling me this morning that he's going to get me through this with a Green Beret, whether I like it or not. So whether I get through it alive or dead, I'm going to come through with a Green Beret.
In the field, you pair off into the buddy-buddy system immediately. You share a bivvy with somebody, so you have to put that up together. And when you get up in the morning, you wash individually, and then you check the other person to see that he's got all the cam cream off and that he's clean. Because he can't see himself. And you mentioned this morning that it was like we ought to have Desmond Morris over to be a sort of commentator, if you like, on that. Well, it is very much like sort of Hamadryas baboons playing with each other and sort of picking nits out of each other's back and things like that. You see a little clump of troops under trees, and in the same way that Hamadryas baboons go in troops, we move in troops as well. What a simply marvellous analogy that is.
Now they're not even allowed to sleep at night. Some are now on the verge of breaking point. But even if there's an air of menace about it, marine standards are so high that it's essential to test their fortitude to the very limits of endurance. Men's lives will be in their hands.
How are you finding this? Because now it's getting chilly now when you get
Chilly?
wet.
You mean devastatingly cold, not just chilly. It's manageable, I think, for now. Hands I can't feel at all, but...
Really?
Yeah, they're completely numb.
Right, the kit people have lost, or the kit we picked up in the positions this morning. Waterproof. Come and claim it, Mr. Kemp. Take charge of it, sir. Three section. One heaving sock. Who's going to claim that? In fact, who's got the balls to claim it?
Put it there, I think it might be sensible. Stand. Stand.
Right, listen
Easy.
in. The rest of two section.
Not a bad effort. Lessons been learned, make sure it's remembered.
Change direction, left!
If you keep closed up, keep the step, then it's no problem at all, is it?
No, sir.
Okay, well done. Any problems? Anybody? Yes, sir.
Both the backs of my heels are raw blisters.
Are they?
Yes, Sergeant.
Don't worry, sir, we'll get it fixed.
Thank you, Sergeant.
It happens. You won't be the first, you're not the last.
Few problems. Okay, sit on the desk. Put your feet up. Right, okay. Are your boots too tight?
Not
Do you
too
think?
tight, I think probably... It was just badly fitting at the back. I don't think they're too tight, because I say the front's and there's no problem in comfort.
Right, we better... You'll have to go down to the sick bay and get them to look at those.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What should I wear to go down sick bay? So I think I've got a problem getting my boots back on again.
Put training rig on, which is what you're going to wear this afternoon. Put your training shoes on.
Yes, sir. I kept being done for being out of step, because I couldn't get a full step, because every time I went for a full step, it really hurt. And it was, Mr. Young, get in step, Mr. Young, get in step. And I couldn't keep in step. But I kept going, there's no way I was giving up.
Yeah. Is that the philosophy for the rest of the course?
Yeah, you just have to ignore pain.
Okay, so you don't worry, we'll let you go for a swim as well.
Right. You're happy with that, mate? Right.
Off you go then.
Right down, keep it to the right hand side. Don't mess around, so just get straight in there. It's not that cold. In fact, it's not cold, it's freezing. That's it, sir, good effort. Keep the rope to the right. That's it, sir, well done.
Julian, you okay?
Right, tempted.
You mad?
Temperate climate, sir, isn't it?
Is this still okay? Come on, engines, over there.
Terrified. It really was. I kind of got in the water and I almost panicked. Getting to the other side, and I really thought I was going to go under. You see, the sergeant had to pull the rope up for me to keep me out of the water. My pack was fine. I mean, everything was bone dry when I got out the other side. It was me. I don't like crossing water like that. It frightens me like anything.
Barbados is hardly the ideal background for a man training for Arctic warfare. It's no longer a question of whether Jackman will complete the course, but how long he can survive.
It's been a constant struggle. The call especially has been extremely difficult. the training of itself has been manageable, but it's the training coupled with the cold that has made my life a horror.
You're very cold, very wet. Just can't get dry, which is the most miserable thing about it, I think. Once you're wet, then you get cold more easily.
Freezing. Could you describe for me in 50 words a hot bath?
One word, heaven.
Nobody else is wearing a towel, sir? You won't either. Understand? It's not raining. It's perfectly nice weather, sir. Make sure this is tucked out tidily.
Son.
Keep still, sir. Keep still. You've got every item of clothing on, the known to man, haven't you, sir?
Yes, indeed, sir.
Yes, indeed. Right. Well, the best thing you can do, sir, is start taking it off. What I want you to do is drop that pack, take this off, take your gloves off, sir, OK? And shout out when you've done it.
Sorry,
There's no doubting Jackman's determination, but circulation problems have been confirmed by Surgeon Commander Ian Riddle.
If he were a Royal Marine young officer who we were expecting to go and serve in the Arctic at some stage, we would not be able to allow him to continue training. However, under his particular circumstances, he should be returning to a warmer climate, and therefore it should not give him future problems.
But you're obviously going to monitor him very closely from now on.
Very closely indeed, very closely indeed. And unfortunately, he will suffer considerable pain after every cold exposure, but he has made the decision that he wishes to continue, and I respect that decision.
What would your reaction be if you were forced, because of cold weather injuries, to leave training?
I wouldn't like that very much. You've got the additional pressure of coming so far, leaving Barbados, coming so far, everybody knowing that you are here to complete the course, to get the Green Beret, to go back home as one of the elite. And for me to leave at such an early stage in training, because we still have 30 odd weeks to go, at such an early stage in training would be heartbreaking.
Michael Jackman was incapable of carrying on and returned to Barbados. Before it's over, 1 in 3 of these men is to discover that the Royal Marines are not for him.